It's Mark Boswell, Boswell Merck's Medical Education, coming at you live, the quick little CEN video short. Um, I've not been online for a while. It's been kind of busy and COVID. And now I got this dang. Here's my knee. Yeah, tore that quadricep last week. Surgery Tuesday. Anyways, hey, so my last practice question was about Cushing's response. And those of you studying for the CEN, I want you to know there is a they've done they've done a great disservice to us calling it Cushing's triad, Cushing's reflex, Cushing's response, etc. All the stuff, all the literature I've reviewed, it's more than just three things. Okay, I want to tell you this because when you're studying for the CEN exam, I want you to know five things. Okay, five. There are three things that universally all the exam prep people and the exam question authors do talk about. There's actually two others. So there's actually a total of five things you need to know for the exam. All are fair game because it varies between exam prep people and exam item writers. First, I will tell you, it is not Cushing's reflex. Cushing's reflex is something totally different. Okay? Cushing's triad, I want you to forget that. It's more than three things because triad means three. There's actually five that are fair game. What we're talking about is the ICP in a head injured patient as the intracranial pressure goes up, causing a near-death terminal set of findings. Okay, so for the CEN exam, there are five things you need to know for Cushing's response. They are, and I'll explain each one. One, bradycardia. Why? Because as the ICP goes up in the head, it starts to put pressure on the vagus nerve, and that drops the heart rate. That's universal. Another one, number two, is hypertension, because as this dying brain, as fixing a herniate, it wants to perfuse itself. The pressure goes up, up, and up. Okay, so hypertension, number two. Number three, some respiratory changes. Okay, there's all kinds of respiratory patterns: Cheyne-Stokes, apneic, Biots, etc. Just know it's not the normal 12 to 20 a minute. And the reason why? Because the respiratory control center is having too much pressure put on it. They're at the brain stem as it's fixing a herniate with the ICP going up. Okay, those are the three basics. The other two that are fair game also. One is a widened pulse pressure. And that makes sense because as the dying brain is trying to perfuse itself, the systolic goes up, up, and up. The diastolic does not go up in the same degree. So therefore you have a wider pulse pressure. Okay? And then equally amongst the other authors is pupillary changes. And that could be anything. Okay? It could be one fixed, one dilated. It could be one reactive, one not reactive. One constricted, one dilated. Any pupillary changes. So your best preparation for the CEN exam is to know all five things that are possible indicators of Cushing's response, which means the ICP is going up, this patient is fixing a herniate. Number one, hypertension. Number two, bradycardia. Number three, respiratory changes. Number four, a widened pulse pressure. And number five, there you go, pupillary changes. If you can remember all five, you're going to be best prepared for this exam and be able to answer the question any way it's asked. How do I know this? Taking the exam 6 times. I've referenced and researched all the contemporary authors out there, and I network with people who write these exam questions. So Cushing's reflex, Cushing's triad, Cushing's response. Five things to know: hypertension, bradycardia, respiratory changes, pupillary changes, and a wide pulse pressure. If you know those five, you'll be good to go. You will not miss that question. Y'all take care. Happy Thanksgiving. See you soon.